Hello, this day we are going to perform the relays. Number 4, holding alternating lamps. So let's play. So in the previous activity, it is similar, but we add the holding contacts here and the push button. So assuming first I will explain the diagram. So assuming there is no PB1 push button and the R1 holding contacts. So if I press this PB2, this will energize, this contact will close, and this contact will open, de-energize, energize, energize. So now we add a holding contacts. So I'll explain. If I press this PB2, the current will flow here, and the current will also flow here, because this is energized. So remember, if the relay will energize, all the holding contacts, all the normally open contact will close, and all the normally closed will open. So if I press this, they have a two path of current because of the holding contacts. And if I release this, the current from this will cut because this PB1 circuit will open, but there are still current flowing here because this R1 will remain energized and remain closed. That's why the current flow here. So if I interrupt or cut or turn off, we will press here. This PB1 is already closed circuit, but if I press this PB1, this circuit will open and the current will interrupt. That's why it cut. So let's start wiring from the 24 volts to the PB1 input. And output of the PB1 to the input of the PB2. From output of the PB2 to the 13 and from the 14 to the 0 volts. And from the holding contacts 9, we connect from 9 to the input of the PB2. From 9 to the input of the PB2, and from 5 to the output of the PB2. Uy, may wire. Nasakit ang wire. So, in the third rung, the 10. From 10 to the input of the PB1. And the 6 to the output, to the input of the PL3. And the output of the PL3 to So in the fourth rung, the 10 is already connected. This is a single component here. So let's move to number 2, because the 10 is already connected. So from number 2 to input of the PL2. So from the output of PL2, maybe it's easy to we connect the output of the PL2 to the output of the PL3 instead from the output of the PL2 to the 0 volts. So from the output of the PL2 to the output of the PL3. So I think it's done. Let's submit. Let's submitting. Yes, pass 11 wire. So let's start to simulate. Like I said, if I press this PB2 here in the push button, so as you can see, the R1 will energize and the PL3 is energized also. And if we release this PB2, the R1 and the PL3 will still remain energized. So if we want to cut or turn off this circuit, we just have to press this PB1. So the R1 and the PL3 will de-energize, and this circuit will open, and this circuit will close. That's why the R1 is de-energized, the relay. So by using of holding contacts here, we can still on the relay without pressing the push button. By using of these holding contacts, I release and it's still energized. I turn up, and that's all. Thank you.